Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Captain America Issue 4, 2023. Nice looking cover here, and this really does hit with what's going on. He does face the emissary, and this is a very interesting one because the first bit is very kind of action heavy and kind of deals with Steve's thought process of like going through the battle, which I think is a really kind of cool way to do it before we get back into like the 1930-ish kind of information that we need, and then getting back to kind of the present. So I really enjoyed this issue because we got a good amount of action, plot developments for past events and present events, and where Steve needs to kind of go next. So, as we had seen from the last time, we saw the emissaries like, sup? And we see Steve's kind of thought process here. New York, right now. The problem with facing someone you've never fought before is that you have no idea how strong they are or what they can do. And I kind of like to know what I'm fighting, as well as who, so I came up with a way to do a quick assessment. I call it the ham sandwich because I thought of it, it's my idea, so I get to name it, why not? And like, I love that he's got a process and calls it the ham sandwich. It tells me if I'm fighting a level 1, a level 2, a level 3, or a level, holy crap, where did that come from? It's like, well, guess what? This one's that last one, as he's pretty much launched the shield and is going to kick him. And we then see the next page where he starts running down through what it kind of tells him. Fast enough to catch the shield? Check. Strong enough to stand his ground? Not even an inch. Well, looks like we got to level 3 pretty damn fast. And his face is like, yeah, you kicked me and you got nothing. We can do this this easy for you, or we can end this hard. I need more intel. Now, me, like I said, I'm a fan. I'd rather end this easy for you, so I can get on with the rest of the job. The way he holds himself in that outfit says says it's new to him. The suit wearing the man instead of the man wearing the suit. Still, if you want to make this difficult, but he's definitely got a killer's voice. I like that he's able to be like, okay, the spot that he's in, he is in kind of unfamiliar territory, but he definitely knows how to kill. Well, I'll enjoy that too for different reasons, and the eyes to go with it. But I don't care about that right now. All that matters is that while he may be strong, probably with powers he hasn't revealed yet, he's not fully trained in whatever he's supposed to be, and I can use that. So what'll it be, Cap? It's like, yes, Steve's thinking, this is how he would do it. He's slow and deliberate, someone who likes to control and scare his victims. That says he's a plotter, not a close-up fighter. So now I don't care how strong he is. Let's go. I've got him. And then we see him just go, and I love the use of the panels of seeing. I like how it's interspersed and does boop, 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 boop. As we see him dodge, take one of his legs, and then use the shield to go for the other one. Like an inexperienced boxer, he locks his knees for balance instead of staying loose. I fixed that 1 and 2. Then I smell it. Oh hell, literally, as he's down on his knees. But then we see that he's able to be like, sulfur, brimstone, demon. And it's like, shit. Demon changes everything. You can't outfight the supernatural, you can only outthink it. And I'm like, yes. Especially in Steve's kind of case, he needs to outthink his foe and get out of here. Need to regroup, come back on my terms, not his. But there's no time. If I run out in the open like this, I'm a target and I die. If I stay, I die. So split the difference. Kind of halvesies it. Make a kind of way to kind of get out of here. And that, like, demon look is like, holy shit. Each impact blows out the walls, which means there's physical force as well as demon flame. Force activates my shield's vibranium alloy blowback. Come on, get pissed at me, hit really hard, you can do it, you can, as he pretty much uses it to kind of blast his ass back, which is a kind of crazy but smart-ass tactic to do to get himself, like, out of there. Blast rings in my ears like a sonic boom as the shield blows the other way. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The momentum from the impact is fierce. I struggle to hold on as the force of the blowback gives me a way out. As we see him blast off. And I definitely like the crazier, kind of different kind of panels. It gives you something different visually to look at. And then we see, oh, everything's okay. Kaboom, bitty! It's like, ah, shit! As he's flung out. And the last thing I think before the darkness claims me is, see, that wasn't so bad. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Actually, I think they are. Never mind. I love the smell of the sea. As we then have him get knocked out, as we then go to New York Harbor, 1939, as we see, would you not agree, Baron Zemo? I do indeed, my dear Baron Strucker, as they're pretty much talking about their plans. A device of this size and magnitude will not merely erase Madison Square Garden, it will leave nothing behind but a crater half a mile wide. And then talking about how the security, they control it. Even the few police we don't own will be guarding against anyone attacking from the outside while we roll this into place on the inside. And talking about how they would have like 20,000 people there and utilize it as their false flag, that they would die, and that how often does someone make such dreams come true as they would live and die for the Fuhrer. It's like, ugh. That's what they do. They just use people. And that the Harakun dude is kind of aware of the plan and thinks that he's going to get out, but they're like, nah, fuck that. They pretty much rigged the system, so when it gets to a certain kind of point of what he's saying about all this stupid shit and how they'd actually work together, it's like, fuck you, man. The timer on the device will be activated, the safety on the device will be pulled, and then 5 minutes later, at the precise apex of the most powerful part of his speech, and then it shows what should happen with the bomb. It's like, ah, fuck. Once we have provided proof that 20,000 Americans were killed in an attack against us by, they would be blaming the communists and Jewish extremists, the United States will rise up to take our side. It's like, yeah, fuck you assholes. Nazi bastards. And then saying that that would then create an unbreakable alliance between the Reich and America, and it's like, no, thank you. And then we see someone come up and be like, Rolf, being like, I've had some of my people looking for you on the deck and elsewhere. I should have known you were with your baby. They can begin moving the device to safety as soon as you're ready. And then we see this dude going, Klaus, where are you? Get in here. We need help. Come on. Get those bricks up there. Shift it. As we then shift to pretty much this work construction site that Steve is working on. And they're kind of going through, figuring out what's kind of going on. They need bricks on the 3rd floor, pipes on the 1st, everything else goes on the 2nd floor. They're like, can't we use the winch or the wheelbarrows? Winch is broken, and they're too narrow for barrows. And then someone's like, then the boss is like, why do you have such a light load, afraid of breaking a nail? Hey, lay off, it's my back again. Yeah, your back, my ass. He's making you look bad again. Who is? Who do you think? Rogers. Hey, Rogers, what the hell are you doing? Dragging bricks. I can see that, but you're going to blow an artery with that many. It's like, yeah, wow, Jesus. You gotta pace yourself, Steve. You pay by the brick or by the hour. Hourly rates are just for the union boys, Steve. You know that. Penny a brick adds up this way. You know? Yeah, I know, but geez. Listen, the shop steward got a call from Mr. Lansky, and he said you don't gotta work. You'll get paid just the same. I'll add it to his other no-shows. Thanks, but no thanks. I have to do this my way, boss. It means I have to do it right. It's like, I like him sticking up like that, but it's like, there's doing it the right way, and then there's like, I'm gonna kill myself accidentally, which is kind of what starts coming to pass in the next kind of page. Come on, you're killing me here. Well, killing yourself more than me. I'm alright. I've seen alright, kid, and this ain't it. Do what you want, but don't come crawling to me if you fall over dead. You got it, boss. No problem. No problem at all. As we see him trying to make his way home, but then he passes out. It's like, ah, shit. And then we see that he comes to, and that the girls at his new place were like, oh, God. Hey, Tiffany and everyone else. We were so worried. We thought you were dead, except for the breathing part. But that could have just been gas escaping. Fair. It's like, yeah. Okay, girls, everybody clear out so Emily can do her thing. I should go to my room. You're not going anywhere until you drink at least a gallon of water. You were badly dehydrated, among other things. Steve, this is Emily Costner. She's a nurse and midwife in Manhattan General. She checks in on us because most of the male doctors don't want anything to do with us, which is stupid. Until, after dark. And it's like, you're lucky I was making a house call upstairs when you blacked out. Severe dehydration can be extremely dangerous, especially given... Tiffany, can I have a moment with the patient? Of course, I'll be right outside if you need anything, Steve. Thanks, Tiff. And then the nurse is like, alright, you're sick. What the fuck's going on? Try that again with 50% less lie on someone stupid enough to fall for it. Give me that inventory of what you've got and what you've had. I won't tell anyone, but you're my patient and I need to know. It's like, yep, I'm glad that she goes with that. And he goes, asthma, scarlet fever, rheumatic fever, heart palpitations, nervous trouble, bone deformity, scoliosis, high blood pressure, diabetes, anemia, partial deafness, and astigmatism. Mother of God. Also, I'm a terrible dancer. What'd you do? Win a hospital raffle? Apparently. And then she's like hitting him with like, you passing out could have triggered an asthma attack and you could have been dead. You know that, right? Maybe, maybe not. Who could say? I'm a nurse. Okay, slight edge. Yeah, that's kind of her shit. And then she's pretty much being like, listen, I'm now going to start checking in on you. And if you, I visit here every other Thursday and I'm adding you to my list of patients, I don't have the money. Good, because I don't charge anything. Remember, every second Thursday, be here or I'm coming after you. Yes, ma'am. I get some rest. Yes, ma'am. It's like, all right. And then we get back to the present. I really like how they're able to kind of like juggle back and forth between that as we see Sharon being like, damn it, Steve. Welcome back to the world of living, Sharon. Well, at least your memory's working now. I was going to call. 3 dates, 3 cancellations, and this is how we finally meet up? I thought it might be a nice surprise. Finding you in a hospital is never a surprise, Steve. Touche. Then goes through like all this stuff, the fractured ribs, moderate concussion, partially dislocated left shoulder, and a small truckload of contusions. Isn't small truck an oxymoron? The only moron in the room is the one in the bed next to me because he went into a dangerous situation without telling me or anyone else. Copy that. Seriously, what were you thinking? There wasn't time. I got ambushed. It's like, yeah, it's not like Steve's like, I'm gonna fuck with a demon dude right now. It was kind of like, hey, I'm a demon dude and I'm gonna fuck with you right now. It's like, shit. I thought nobody could sneak up on you like that. Yeah, so did I. Well, nobody natural anyway, unless magic. Worse. Demon? Yeah. Crap. Yeah. And then I love this little panel here. I just love them going through it, getting the demon, and Cher's like, yeah, fuck. Do you know how they found you? Your shield in the water was so hot that it sent up a cloud of steam big enough to be seen from the Bronx. Which, if you think about it, is pretty cool. It's like, yes, Steve. Yes, I love the little kind of humors that he's able, that they're able to kind of like give him as he's talking in this run. It just works. Funny thing is, it's not the first time I've been pulled out of that river, kind of leading us to things that could be coming in the future. And then he apologizes for missing dates and that she was worried and that he's going to try and make it up for it. What exactly is all this, Steve? Get me some clothes, let me borrow your cell phone, and I'll tell you the whole thing. And then we see in 1939, the one dude summoning Asmodee. I come when summoned, but answer to none, and am controlled by none. The pieces are all in place. We will move soon. Will it be enough? I have seen the timeline, Rolf, and if all goes as planned, yes, it will succeed and humanity will fall. In the pale city that once was and is no more, the maker of all things created humankind to experience joy and love and peace without measure, while we who were faithful first were abandoned and cast aside. Ooh, that's not good, and of course leads to being a dick like this. For that, we hated the human race and vowed to be a hindrance to them until the death of the universe itself. We swore to destroy their dreams, tear down their towers, break their spirits, and show them for what they are, deserving only of misery, pain, and death. I do like having this explanation of what Asmodee's kind of goals are and why he is so intent upon them. So this is really good to learn that. The lines that will be forged in this attack will give birth to 1,000 years of unremitting pain, death, and tyranny from which humanity will never entirely recover. All will suffer in despair, except those who serve us well, for whom no glory, no reward will be too great. Thank you, Asmodee. It's like, whenever someone's like, I'm going to do so much despair and shit, they are not going to give you the shit. Once they get what they want, you fucked. But hey, people still do it. That future is becoming more set and settled with every passing moment except for one thin possibility. An infinitesimal aberration I can neither identify nor understand. Smaller than the smallest grain of sand. And that's always how it fucking is, my bro. That's always how it is. But compared to our grand vision, it is no threat, irrelevant, inconsequential. The killer could have come in through the bedroom window, which was locked from. The killer could only have come through the bedroom window, which was locked from inside. This tells us that bum bum bum. He had an accomplice waiting inside the house. Bum bum bum. I kind of liked having that little interspersed of Steve just listening to the radio. And then he's trying everything to get in contact with Stephen Strange, but he's like out of town. I bind thee with the crimson bands of Sidorak. Your reign of terror ends now. As he's dealing with some kind of like flying demon bat vampire thing. So then he tries to get in contact with Misty Knight, and we then have him figuring out why Sharon is pretty much taking pictures of food, and also consults with Misty on this. I kind of like the little bit of it. It's not really important, but it's like Steve trying to acclimate to the times and stuff. I just ran into the guy responsible for the murders you're investigating, calls himself the emissary, tried to kill me, but I managed to get away. I'll send you all the details later. Makes sense. The drawings on the last victim's wall seem to indicate they had their eye on you. Yeah, but they wouldn't come at me out in the open like that so soon after the other victims unless they wanted me out of the way fast for some reason. So I couldn't interfere in whatever this is all about. That matches what we started to figure out on our end. Turns out the victim we found in New York was here for a peace conference in a few days at the Simon Convention Center. At least one of the other victims was also slated to attend. We're still digging into the rest. Interesting. May sound crazy, Misty, but from the start this has all felt familiar somehow, and slowly all the threads are starting to come together, as it's like the same kind of thing from Madison Square Garden, now with this peace conference. Anything I can do to help with this thing? Yeah, there kind of is. As I steel myself to ask what I'm about to ask, I find myself remembering so many nights as a young boy when I sat up late listening to old radio dramas, and now every time something significant would happen, the music would go bum bum bum. Under the circumstances, I suppose it's appropriate. I'm calling in a favor. I say the words I never in a million years imagined I would ever say. I need access to the doll. Bum bum bum. Stephen Strange doll. And it's like, I love how it's like this. It's like they're building up to Steve saying this like weird kind of crazy thing, and it's like it kind of is because he's like, I'm not dealing with that. So that's the end of the issue. We get a kind of preview of the next one. New information about Captain America's recent attacker, a mysterious figure known only as the Emissary, as Steve Rogers, Misty Knight, and Sharon Carter scrambling to protect a peace rally from being this new foe's next target. But how can masters of physical and mental might defend against the supernatural prowess of an ancient evil? As we see Steve. And it's like, ooh, okay. So, I really enjoyed this issue because I like seeing Steve's thought process of dealing with the emissary, and especially it being a supernatural phenomenon, and at first how he's like, I don't know who this person is, how he kind of tactically deals with it being a demon thing, and figuring out how to kind of get out of the situation. And then seeing him actually doing stuff in the 1930s to deal with everything, getting more information on Zemo and Strucker's whole thing of creating a false flag and blowing up Madison Square Garden with 20,000 people and trying to connect America and Nazi Germany more to be an unstoppable force. And also seeing how Asmodee back in 1939 was like, that's inconsequential. And then seeing all the kind of list of all the crazy shit that Steve's had in the 1930s of like how he really, really was sickly and has a lot of issues. It's like, damn, it really, we're seeing it listed out like that, and the nurse is like, sweet good God. But then we see Steve getting back. I like him linking up with Sharon after they've been attempting to pretty much have their date night for so long, and them working everything together, trying to figure out the peace rally, and Steve, of course, needing to consult Strange, not being able to get in contact with him, and having to use the doll. And I like how he's like, I don't really want to use this thing, but Steve's got a problem, so he's going to use the things that he needs to get at that problem. So I enjoyed this for the action that we had, which was really kind of, which was good. I liked seeing its flow and progression in the art style. I like seeing the character work and development of how Steve operates, what he kind of does, and how he's trying to tackle this new supernatural threat. So I can't wait to see where this goes next. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.